happens when you include Pilates with meditation? Let's find out now.
Let's begin in a seated position. Close the eyes, bringing backs of the wrists either on the knees or folding the hands into the lap. It's nice to find a mudra where the fingers can touch. It could be the two thumbs, it could be the thumb and the forefinger, the thumb and the index finger, middle finger, whatever feels most natural for you. Or you can simply leave the palms open and receptive to the energies of the universe. Clear the mind as you inhale. And exhale, feel the sensation of the oxygen moving in and out of the body, the rib cage opening, widening, and narrowing closer to the spine as you exhale the breath out. Find that brief pause in between the breath. Soften the muscles of the face, neck, and shoulders. Keep the breath smooth and even, the length of the inhale matching the length of the exhale. And if you want to think of an intention or set an intention for your practice, you could do that now. Let's slowly start to rub the fingers together. Move the shoulders, a few shoulder rolls. And we'll start lying down on your back, stretching out the legs, reaching the arms overhead. Observe the breath in the body. And exhale all the air out. Opening the arms into a T shape. We'll bring the feet mat width apart, knees bent, and sway the legs side to side. Let the hips and pelvis move and flow. Let the rib cage twist and rotate. Let the shoulders and arms stay soft and grounded. Breathing in and breathing out. Reaching arms up to the sky. Take the legs up to the sky and let's circle the wrists and the ankles, letting the blood flow and circulate throughout the body. Hug the knees into the chest, rocking it out side to side. Breathe into that low back, sacrum, tailbone. Exhale, observe the breath. Stretch arms overhead and exhale, engage those abdominals as we ab curl, looking forward, reaching arms down by the side. Inhale overhead and exhale, ab curling up. I'm just placing a pillow between the knees, a little bit of extra inner thigh squeeze here as you exhale, ab curl up. Stay here at the top And start to pulse the arms up and down, up and down. We'll move into our hundreds Pilates exercise. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, curl up a little higher, reach the arms a little longer. As you exhale, you can try lifting the legs up into tabletop. Keep the squeeze between the knees and inner legs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Curl up a little higher at the top. And let's release back into our total body stretch. Breathing in. Exhale, reaching the arms up. Let's roll up to a seated position. Inhale at the top and exhale, rolling back down again. If you'd like to use anything at your low back, this can help support your rolling up, finding more flexion in the spine and more abdominal connection. Exhaling up, inhale tall, and exhale rolling down, inhale overhead with those arms. Keep a nice smooth flow in the movement. I'm actually holding on to the pillow now, using it as a Pilates prop. Coming down onto your back, arms by the side, let's float one leg up to the sky and begin leg circles. Bottom leg is still, toes are pointed. Try to keep the trunk of the body nice and stabilized. Upper body centered. And we'll reverse the direction of the leg circle. Holding the foot at the top, let's flex and point, lowering that leg all the way down. Leg number 2 comes up to the sky. And let's start to circle that leg, crossing the body, lowering and lifting, but keeping the hips nice and stabilized, just like those shoulders. Reverse the direction. Bottom leg is quiet. And the breath is consistent, connected to the motion of the leg. Hold at the top, flex the foot and point the toes, lowering the leg all the way down. Flexing both feet, let's roll on up to sitting. I'm folding my mat for some extra cushioning as we move into rolling like a ball. Finding a balance in the seated position, floating the feet from the floor, holding to the front of the legs. If you prefer, you could hold the back of the legs. And we roll through the spine and come up and catch that balance at the top. I like to exhale and roll back. And then inhale into the balance at the top. You, of course, can reverse the breathing. As long as you're breathing, I'm happy. Keep the shoulders relaxed and lift the feet a little higher in the balance this time. Extend the arms alongside the legs and hold and breathe. 3, 2, 1, and release. Moving into our next meditative sequence, find a comfortable seated position or lying down on your back. Set up the hands and arms the way you like them. hands resting in the lap or by your side, or backs of the hands resting on the knees. Closing the eyes, let's try a soft smile on the lips. Sometimes that alone is a mood booster. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale tall, and exhale, notice the breath contracts the abdomen as you exhale. See if you can stay perfectly still physically. See if you can stay perfectly still mentally. Slowing down and erasing thoughts. Remaining unattached to any ideas or mind chatter. Breathing into that quietness, exhaling through the stillness. Keep bringing your focus back to the breath. And with very slow and subtle moves, we'll start to move the arms and hands. Taking a slow inhale, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky, exhaling arms down, and again this time looking up and exhaling down. And we'll start to prepare for our next Pilates sequence. Coming down onto your side body, keep that breath work, stack the hips and shoulders. Both legs straight and long. Let's take that top leg up, little higher than the hip, parallel legs. Float the bottom leg up towards the top and lower both legs down. There's 3 parts. Top leg lifts, bottom leg lifts, both legs lower. Exhale, top, bottom, and lower it down. Working through the hips and thighs and even the side body. Try to let go of tension holding in the shoulders. Point the toes softly to create that sense of elongation through the legs. And now take the top leg up and hold it there in space as the bottom leg lifts and lowers. Find that inner thigh, lifting bottom leg up and controlling it down. Now glue both legs together. And try both legs lifting and lowering. Exhale up, exhale up. Abs are in as you exhale up. Stay up at the top for a little extra moment. Let's flex and point the toes, pull the toes towards you and point the toes away. Keep those legs lifted, maybe a little higher as you point and flex and point and flex. Pressing bottom hand down, come up a little higher with your upper body. Look over that top shoulder, increase the side bend, and good job. Let's come up to a seated position with staggered legs. One knee folded in front and the other leg folded to the side and back. And we'll sweep the arms over those legs into a side bend, dropping down onto the elbow and reaching away from the legs. Let the side body move the upper body, flexing to reach over the legs and sending the trunk of the body away from the legs. Looking up to the sky as the top arm reaches overhead, slightly leaning back. And let's add a rotation, both hands onto the mat, pressing farther away from those legs and feet. Maybe the forehead drops, the spine rounds as it twists, and let's breathe in. Exhale, staying with the breath, and we'll take it to side number 2. Legs stacked, top hand on the floor in front of you for some extra support. Let's take that top leg a little higher than the height of the hip. Lift the bottom leg up towards the top leg and lower both legs down. Top leg, then the bottom leg, and both legs lower. Use your breath. Check you're not holding the breath. Keep it flowing and supported and connected. Let's keep the top leg lifted and still. Just the bottom leg is moving up and down. Exhale up, exhale up. Reach a little longer and try not to roll those hips back. Keep them stacked. Both legs glued together, soft pointed toes. Let's lift and lower the legs. Get into the side body. Little bumblebee moment, but no problem. I stayed connected to my breath and core the whole time. Hold those legs up as you flex and point. Flex and point. Press the bottom hand down, come up a little higher, lifting the bottom side body away from the mat. Look over that top shoulder. You can do it. And release. Great. Let's press up into our staggered leg seated position as we move into an exercise called the mermaid. However, I like to call it the mer person. Coming up and over those legs, looking to the sky, create space in your side body. So we did a little bit of strengthening in those obliques, and now we're doing some stretch and strengthening mobility work. As well, you could feel this in the hips, low back. Try to initiate the move from the center body, the side body, moving the upper body. Let's add a rotation this time, so both hands end up on the mat and you press them away, adding that twist and forward bend, dropping forehead and breathing in. Slowly walking hands back. And let's set up for our next meditative moment. Either sitting or lying down. If you want, you can stack one leg on top of the other into half lotus pose. And I'm going to do a mudra connecting the thumb and index finger together. Every exhale, I'm going to gently press into this mudra. Pressing my thumb and index finger together very softly to create a rhythmic connection to the breath. Close the eyes and soften the eyelids and forehead. Relax the eyebrows and temples. Feel the spine subtly extend on the inhale, growing in length. Keep that tallness as you exhale, noticing the rib cage contracting slightly closer into the body. And settle into this moment. Free yourself of distractions. Maybe noticing things but not attaching yourself to these things. Listen to the breath. Turn your focus inwards. And slowly rubbing fingers together. A few shoulder rolls. Interlacing hands behind the back. Let's open the chest and look side to side. Coming into hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Extend one leg back behind you. Let's lift and lower that leg with a flexed foot. Keep the spine neutral. So draw up and in with your lower abdominals and reach that moving leg longer with each lift. Let's keep the leg lifted at the top, parallel to the ground. We're going to flex the foot and pull it in 2 times. Pulse, pulse, and point the toes and stretch it out nice and long. Try not to drop the height of the knee. Next time you extend the leg out, we can reach the opposite arm forward. This is a variation on our double leg kick exercise. Pulse, pulse in, and extend it out, opposite arm reaching forward. Let's stay here with arm and opposite leg and just pulse up and down, controlled movement, center body engaged. Inhale back to the center and exhale, take leg number 2 back behind you, flexed foot. Let's lift it up and down, lift and lower, controlled and connected move. Upper spine in alignment with the rest of the spine. Now hold that leg up. Let's flex the foot as we pulse it in. 2, 1, and point the toes extended out behind you, nice and long. Pump, pump, and extend. Pulse, pulse, and extend. Reach your opposite arm forward as the back leg extends and increase your balance and core challenge. Stay connected to your breath, concentrate and focus, and stay calm. Even when things are difficult, we stay calm and cool as a cucumber. Pulse that arm and opposite leg, up and down 8 times, same height. Great job. And bring it back in, sitting to the heels, child's pose. Extend those arms overhead and rest the forehead. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Maybe the softest rocking motion from side to side. Slowly rolling up through the spine. Coming down onto your front body, prone position, legs back behind you. Interlacing those hands to your low back. We'll now move into the double leg kick, pumping those legs towards you 2 times and then extend the legs as you reach those interlaced fingers back and behind you, coming up into a spinal extension or back bend. Pulse, pulse, and exhale, extend and lift. Pulse, pulse, and exhale, point the toes, extend and lift. Let the glutes participate. Get that openness in the chest and shoulders. Stay and hold at the top. Release the hands. Reach the arms and legs nice and long back and behind you. Use your back muscles, your back body muscles. Rest it down, stacking hands, rest forehead on top, and let's sway the legs side to side. Breathe in. And breathing out. Extend legs back behind you, come up higher onto those elbows under the shoulders, and drop the ear from side to side. Give the neck a little bit of mobility and stretch. Looking down to the mat, let's curl the toes and lift up into elbow plank. Exhale and pull the abdominals in as you press down in those elbows and press back into the heels. Find a little moment of stillness, just like in your meditations, and bring your hands to where the elbows are, coming up higher. High plank. You can always rest the knees down to modify or keep the legs straight. Looking down to the mat without dropping the head, but keeping the head and neck in line with the rest of the spine. Let's exhale, send those hips to the sky, downward dog. Let the heels drop towards the mat and shake out the head gently, releasing the neck. Breathe into the legs. Exhale, press the arms longer. Bringing the knees back down. We'll come into our final meditative moment. Almost. Have some space behind you on the mat. Bend the knees, roll downs halfway, holding on to the back of the legs, and then come back up again. Connect to the breath. Feel the flexion in the spine as you roll back, coming back up into neutral right on top of those sitting bones. Each time you can roll back a little bit further. You can try reaching the arms forward. You can always bring that pillow to the low back like we did with the roll-ups. And finding our way down onto our back, let's extend the legs, mat width apart. You can rest the hands on the abdomen if you want to feel the feedback from the breath entering the body and exiting the body, and how the abdomen rises and falls with that breath. Or you can have arms by the side, palms turned up into that receptive gesture. Closing the eyes and getting comfortable with the stillness. The stillness in the body helps to cultivate the stillness in the mind. Thoughts are racing, just let them go. Let them race away without any attachment, without any reaction. It's okay to be here now, in this moment with just yourself, with just your breath, letting go of everything else, keeping this moment just for you. Breathe in a little deeper. Exhale a little longer. Slowly moving. Toes and fingers can keep the eyes closed or softly flutter the eyes open, finding your way into a seated position. Breathe in. Breathe out. Letting all that physical work you did with the Pilates integrate into your meditative work you did with the mind. Feel free to stay here for as long as you like. And thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time.